Dal, the founder of Searching Soulmate, and today we are back with another exciting episode of podcast for our YouTube channel Searching Soulmate. So on our platform Searching Soulmate, we discuss a lot about life in general. So we speak about purpose, but it's life's purpose mostly. We speak about soul searching. We speak about combating certain urban challenges which were previously not there, but unfortunately in today's hastened life we do have those challenges, and we provide certain solutions around it. One very important topic of discussion which we tend to do, and we see a lot of handles also doing it, is about certain red flags and green flags. So, if I have to ask the same question in perspective of founders, what are those red flags, as investors, you all find and you all tend to avoid, and some qualities which are more like green flags?
So, an absolute red flag is integrity. That's the first thing. I mean, as a co-founder, between two founders, there should be absolute integrity and transparency. So one founder cannot think that I'll make up something out of it because my needs are more urgent vis-a-vis the other one. Or any single founder cannot think similarly for an investor that okay, let me pocket some money out of my business and take it home. So integrity is absolute essential and necessary. Second, important, I won't say a red flag, somewhat of a hygiene, is empathy. I think any founder should have empathy. Empathy in the sense you need to be you need to have that innate quality of understanding human beings. You should be able to understand your customers. You should be able to understand your suppliers. What kind of challenge he is going through. How can I ensure that we end up doing what we are doing while we are also meeting each other's challenges. So that level of empathy is very important because that's how you build lasting relationships in business.
Perfect. Empathy and integrity. So basically that in turn becomes the green flags. So if somebody is a little higher on empathy, having that customer-centric approach as well as employee-friendly approach, it's a green tick.
Absolutely.
And integrity goes without question. Do you believe that passion is overrated in the founder's journey? Or do you think that it is required because many times when logic fails, that is what keeps us going?
Yeah, I think passion is not overrated, it's over exhibited as one of the key recipes. I think more than passion, it's the purpose. I mean, why you embarked on that journey. What was the fundamental reason why you went after it?
Yeah.
So whenever you are feeling low, you go back to that thing, you revisit your purpose and you say to yourself, okay, my purpose or my overall vision was much larger than the setbacks that I am facing, and that again remotivates you to get back into your journey, right? So I think purpose is the other P word, which is more important than the passion.
Absolutely. So this is one of the other P's beyond our marketing P's.
Absolutely.
So now that we are speaking about purpose and passion, what emotional skills would you urge young founders to kind of have or kind of bring on themselves so that it at the end of the day it kind of finally formulates into a good company to work in? Because today when we look at I was just reading this article yesterday. A man had worked for some 20 years in some companies across the globe, and when he came back to India, he was just sacked, and he came back to India, and he had to just take up a job to take care of his family. And now he has asked himself a question: was that very necessary? Because by working in a company which was a startup company, what he has finally got is a heart attack, okay, and he has started feeling he is good for nothing, because that was the way the treatments were, and we hear it plenty in in today's work culture. So do you think that there's something that startup founders should learn, and majorly these apply for more younger founders, I would say?
So yeah, I think that varies from individual to individual. In case of people like Virat Kohli, it's the work that itself motivates them.
Yeah.
Again, that's not a universal recipe for everyone. But I think what works is you have to consciously take a time off. Okay, so this is the zone when I'm working, this is the zone when I'm not working. And that's the first step. And you have to train your mind to say that, okay, I'll take a hot water shower and that's it, my day is done.
Okay.
Or I hit the gym early in the day and that's it, my day starts.
Yeah.
So when I end my gym, that is the time when my personal time ends.
Right.
So that kind of, you need to create those floodgates and your whole journey, the flux that you go through of entrepreneurship, you limit that to certain number of hours in a day and not entire 24 hours. So that's the biggest learning, I think, in entrepreneurship that I had.
Yeah.
Because when you start, initially it keeps ticking for 24 hours.
Yeah.
Your mind is constantly ticking with ideas or problems. And then over a period of time, you train your mind that, okay, this is floodgate 1, this is floodgate 2, and whatever I do is between these gates.
Right. Why I'm asking this question is because through LinkedIn we read a lot of stuff around toxic work culture. In fact, it's very prevalent in India per se, but I think in startups, with younger founders, this has become like a norm. And when when people come back and speak about the culture, I think that kind of gives a negative perspective or perception, I would say negative perception about startups in general. So on that line, do you think that you would want to kind of, like you mentioned, what needs to be done by the founder, like having the floodgate 1, floodgate 2, can they do something where they can also limit toxicity, they can also take a stand around toxicity while building the company culture?
Absolutely. The first thing is the word that I said earlier, empathy. Empathy is something that has to start from the founder for his employees, and that is a quality which the founder has to ensure that the employees are imbibing from him.
Yeah.
So once they start looking after one another, that in itself creates a positive work culture. Because hey, look, we are all in the same boat, and that boat is rocking every day. So if we are together fighting those waves and all turbulence, then we are all better off. I mean, that's the mindset, that's the outlook which has to go down, which has to go top down, right? The basic empathy has to be there. And second thing is to, the founder has to drive down the point that it's ultimately the task and the output which matters.
Yeah.
How much number of hours you're putting in, how much number of effort you're putting in.
Right.
That's all that matters. It doesn't matter how you eat, how you think, how you speak. Ultimately, whether you are doing your job or not.
Right.
So when these two things are prevailing across the team, ultimately toxicity doesn't have a place.
Absolutely. And I think this is a very, very important, point which young founders should kind of keep in mind while founding their teams. Because at the end of the day, when there is a lot of people, there are emotions, and emotions do run high, and it's of utmost importance that we also kind of address those emotions and take a logical call as to this is the best solution we can afford and this is what you can be at. I think some logical decision needs to be made. This I am asking not just because of the LinkedIn stuff which we read or the articles which we read on Google, but also something because while discussing in various networking events, we do understand that not everybody has had that kind of exposure in terms of corporate exposures, which you and me, we had the good luck of having worked in bigger multinational corporations. So what happens is that you already have a bigger perspective. You have a bigger perspective of how big companies treat their people, and when you have that, you try to build that in your your work culture, in your company culture.
Right.
So I think this is something which every founder should kind of imbibe, something which Chinmoy said. It's of profound importance and value for building a culturally rich company which will stand through thick and thin and be a company from India for tomorrow. Okay, so now we are in that final segment where I'll be asking you a few questions, and this is a rapid fire round. You can't think much. Okay. So one word your co-founders would use to describe you.
Discipline. I think I just turn up for whatever task, whatever time of the day, every single day. I can do that for an hour, for a year, for 2 years. So yeah, that kind of discipline and consistency is what defines me, especially in the eyes of my co-founder.
What's one habit you have picked up as a founder that you've never had expected?
It's a great question. I think it is listening to podcasts. So I listen to a lot of podcasts by Naval Ravikant, by Elon Musk, what these people have gone through, what these people think, and somewhere I keep taking these inputs with an overall objective that some of the other point in time in future it will be handy. So that has grown into a habit now. Beyond my office time, that's something which I tend to go after, podcasts in YouTube.
First big failure that made you stronger?
I think it was a decision we took of starting distribution business straight away, creating dealers across 40-50 different towns, and sending our products out. So that led to a lot of repercussions in terms of our money getting stuck in places, the team leaving. So it was a very ugly scenario. In between all of that, when we went through the low, there is one lesson I learned out of it. It's that the low phase of your life goes out. You have to give time. You just have to buy time. When you are at your low, buy some time. Give yourself time to solve it and come out. So that was my lesson from the first low. When you hit the next low, just buy time. Find out ways to buy time.
Absolutely. So being a founder, I always tell that I started off my founder's journey as a failed founder, because I used to run a cafe, Soulmate's cafe, and it was amidst COVID. I tried to run it for full 14 months, but unfortunately it wasn't possible. But as Chinmoy, you rightly said, it was like a huge devastating factor for me initially when I felt I had, my career was perfect, and then this happens all out of the blue. This decision to be an entrepreneur, was it the right one? And you kept on questioning, and of course, give it time. And even I am happy to say that the journey of founding Searching Soulmate has also been very pleasing, thanks to all of your support. The last question. A moment you felt like giving up, but you kept on going.
I've never felt like that. Because when I started, as I said, I picked up a industry in which I wanted to stay, where I'd stay here for decades. So giving up has never crossed my mind. At times you feel low, you feel, okay, it's been, it's not making sense. So you take time off, you take time with your loved ones. Especially with my wife, she gives me a sense of, as an outsider, I get an outsider perspective. Okay, this is why you're feeling so. So once you make a sense out of it, you're back in the game next day. So every day is a fresh start. That's how it is.
Perfectly. So as we kind of wrap up this conversation with Mr. Chinmoy Mallick, the co-founder of Kozynap, I think we have a lot to learn. So stay tuned and remember to follow, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more such interesting conversation with people who can bring a lot of content, a lot of understanding about various subjects to you.